What's going down, YouTube? It is your boy JJ the Barber, baby. And in this video is a versus video between the trimmers. The Andis Master, the Andis T Outliner versus the Wahl Detailer. Now let's talk about the Andis Masters. So first of all, the Andis Master, you probably seen this millions of times. It's probably in every barbershop in the world. This was the first trimmer that I got. I like it. When it comes out the box, you're gonna have to adjust your blade to make it hit sharper, but it will hit pretty sharp. The good thing that I like about it is it hits sharp. It got the 5TY blade, and it has like the T blade, hence the T outliner, right? And it has a nice feel to it. It's kind of fat for a trimmer. It's kind of fat, but it feels pretty good. It's not too fat, you know. One thing people do with these though, you probably seen it, I don't know if you have, but they cut the top piece off. The blade will still be there, but they cut the top piece off just so that they can get around the ear and not have this bulkiness right here. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Yeah, that's a T outliner for you. It hits sharp, is very good. As far as heating up, it heats up, but it don't heat up that much, you know. What I don't like about the T outliner though, well, the new T outliners, on the inside they have rivets. So you can't change the rivets, you can't change the positioning of the blade. Therefore, say for instance, if you drop your T outliner and you knock the blade out of place and it's not going to be cutting right, you knock the magnetic arm inside that moves the blade. There's a magnetic arm inside that moves the blade back and forth. It'll move it faster or it'll move it slower. Say for instance, you drop your T outliners and you knock the little arm out of place. Now you can't fix it unless you get someone to kind of push it back. So that's the bad thing that I don't like about the T outliners, is that if you drop it, you might have to get another pair of T outliners instead of just opening it up, unscrewing it, and fixing it yourself, because they put the rivets in there and they don't have screws anymore. The older ones had the screws where if you drop it, you can open it up, and you know what I'm saying? So it's not 100% modifiable. I don't even know if that's a word, but no, hopefully you know what I mean. It's not 100% where you could just move everything around that you want. That's to me, that's not a good thing. Some people say that that's a good thing because you won't be able to mess up your clipper, but I think you should be able to do whatever to your clipper that you want to do to your clipper. So that's the bad thing. You can't. So if you drop these and then it's not cutting right, it's probably might be that lever on the inside, which you won't be able to move if you get a pair of new Andis T outliners. But if somehow, some way you find a way to remove the rivets, and you remove the rivets and put screws in, and by all means, you good. But anyway, it's how they cut the top off. This is a black pair I got, GTX or whatever. You can cut the top off like this and you can still put the blade on there. I just don't have the blade on here on this particular one, but you can still have the blade right there, and that will give you the space to, you know, get around the ear and everything, and you don't have that bulkiness right here, you know. So that's that. At first I thought it was just where I bought the trimmers from that came with the rivets, but doing some research, apparently Andis upgraded their T outliners, and when they did that, they put rivets. Okay, so these right here are the rivets that I'm talking about. So this arm right here going all the way up, what holds the blade right there, this whole arm, if you drop your T outliners and this gets knocked out of place, it gets further or closer to this, then you're basically fucked, because these rivets, you can't remove those rivets in order to move the arm. So That's what I don't like. If this has screws, I'd be all for Andis T outliners if these were screws. So that's my opinion on that. So yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to the Andis T outliner. I mean, they're really good. They're nice. They're sharp. You know, modifiable. They look nice. In my opinion, they look nice. The Wahl Detailers is a beautiful clipper. This one is actually smaller. It's smaller than the Andis T outliners. You have the little switch on the bottom right here. The blade is actually the same size. Now, in my opinion, in my experience of using both of these clippers, I honestly think that the Wahl Detailers are actually stronger than the Andis Master. I mean, than the Andis T outliner. I think the Wahl Detailers can cut bulkier hair at once than the Andis T outliners. I think these can bald out more bulk of hair than the T outliners. Just in my opinion. I don't know if it's because I haven't, you know, set my T outliners right or anything, but you know, the only thing that I did to both of these clippers, I mean, I set the tension screw on the T outliners. All I did was, you know, zero gap these T outliners. You know, set the blade closer to the big blade. You know, and just by doing that, I feel like this Wahl Detailer is a lot stronger than the Andis Master. I think the Andis T outliners. I think the Wahl Detailers are more or less of a hassle or less maintenance. I never had to do no tension screw, none of that with these. All I did was just move the blade up, you know, and every now and then you can sharpen the blades again, but that's pretty much it for these. You know, of course clean them and stuff like that, but you know, these have a nice feel to it. They're light, they're small, and it cuts sharp, you know. At first when I looked at it before I used it, I kind of underestimated it. I was like, man, they probably ain't even that good. But I seen some people using them, so you know, I bought them, see what they did, and they actually cut very well, cut very sharp. I think my sharpest lineups come with this. I promise you, my sharpest lineups are made with this one, and it's small. It already has like a little groove right there. You know, helps you get around the ear a little bit better. With these, you can't. I don't think you can cut off the top with these. This is like plastic. Well, I mean, they're both plastic, but this one is like, it's just different. I think you would like mess it up if you tried to cut the top off to these. So these you can't cut the top off, but I don't really see why you would want to do that anyway in the first place, you know. But this one is louder than the T outliner, I can tell you that much. It is louder, but it is sharper, and I think it works a lot better. Not a lot better, but in my opinion, this is probably the better clipper to me. I think they're probably about the same price, like $60. I may be wrong, but I think they're about the same price, $60. I think the T outliners are actually like $60, $70. These are like more like $60, $59.99 type shit. I mean, they're both a good clipper. I recommend both of them, but if I was to put my life on one of these clippers, I'd probably have to go with the Wahl Detailers, to be honest with y'all. I know some of them are like, what? T outliners are better than what? Bro, in my opinion and in my experiences of using these two trimmers, I think the Detailers are more durable, and they just cut sharper for me. You know, they cut sharper for me, they're more durable. If you drop these, it's gonna stay in place. I mean, it won't stay in place, but I think that these will be more or less likely to mess up if you drop them. The Wahl Detailers will be less likely to mess up if you drop them. So yeah, that's basically it with these two clippers. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. It's your boy JJ the Barber, baby. And remember that you are limitless. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah. What's going down, YouTube? It is your boy JJ the Barber Baby, and in this video is a versus video between the trimmers. The Andis Master, not the Andis T Outliner versus the Wahl Detailer. Now let's talk about the Andis Masters. So first of all, the Andis Master, you probably seen this millions of times. It's probably in every barbershop in the world. This was the first trimmer that I got. I like it. When it comes out the box, you're gonna have to adjust your blade to make it hit sharper, but it will hit pretty sharp. The good thing that I like about it is it hits sharp. It got the 5TY blade, and it has like the